the podcast. I want to say welcome, of course, to this podcast episode. Thank you all for being here. Be sure to make sure that you all, of course, follow this podcast, subscribe. Of course, make sure you comment on this particular podcast episode, and actually all of them, not just this one, but all of them. So like I said, definitely make sure that you all are comment. Let me know that you all are here, where you all tuning in from, and like I said, what kind of feedback or comments dealing with the particular thing that I'm doing today. This particular thing I'm doing today, this is chapter number 5, or lesson number 5 in the book, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. And if you're over on YouTube, I'm recording this on YouTube and the podcast, so both YouTube podcasts, make sure that, like I said, that y'all are subscribing. But on YouTube, you can, of course, see the book that I'm holding up. It's a yellow little outline book. It's a big, thick book, almost 600 pages, but it's The Law of Success, complete and unabridged in 16 lessons by Napoleon Hill. So like I said, definitely y'all, this is the book I'm talking about today. I'm talking about lesson number 5, which talks about initiative and leadership. So I want to make sure that y'all know that. But before I get into it, I want to make sure that y'all also check out, there's going to be some links, of course, in the show notes. That's going to take you to. I have a merch page, like T-shirts and coffee mugs and cute little stuff like that. And then I also have y'all may not know, y'all may not know, but your girl, of course, has been making some Amazon books. So I have some fun. I love fun stuff. So I have fun and, of course, thoughtful things. I guess I put it that way as well. So I have a list or a several journals, notebooks that you can, of course, write in, take notes in, journal in, that type of thing. So like I said, pick up one of those. Or if you're one who loves to play games and that kind of thing, like crossword puzzles, word finds, that type of thing. Like I said, you can pick that up from my Amazon shop too, y'all. So make sure, like I said, y'all checking out my bookshop, my bookstore. Like I said, pick up something from there. Like I said, when I talk about journaling and writing down the notes and that kind of thing, you can always get your awesome, cute notebook from there or journal from there. Or like I said, if you want fun stuff, of course, there's puzzle books there too. So puzzle and activity books. So pick it up, y'all. Check them out. So like I said, definitely support your girl on the channel. So I can, like I said, so I can keep doing things like this and possibly one day bring on some guests. We'll see. I guess it depends on what the prices is. We'll see, y'all. I will let y'all know. But like I said, definitely we'll see if I can get some guests on here at some point too. So let me go ahead and get into it. Like I said, this particular one is talking about, lesson number 5 is talking about initiative and leadership. And before I even get into this, these for me are two big things that if you're wanting to be, because this entire book, The Law of Success, is talking about, of course, business. He interviewed all these business owners, back in the day, back in the early 1900s, but he interviewed all these business owners, people who, of course, successful in business, in the railroad industries, all types of industries, actually. And like I said, definitely knowing that those millionaires and billionaires, I know some of their companies, a lot of their companies are still around, have used, of course, a lot of these things that's in this book is the things that he, of course, when he interviewed them, like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, J.D. Rockefeller, Charles Schwab, Woodrow Wilson, Darwin Kingsley, Edward Bach, Cyrus Curtis, George Perkins, a lot of these people, and there's more, that he interviewed. Of course, these are the lessons that he got from all the interviews. He compiled everything that he, of course, in all the answers that he got, and compiled them into these 16 lessons. So like I said, these are very powerful lessons. And like I said, if I know some of these things everybody may not know or have in their up under their skills tool belt, but these are always things that you can always learn. Just keep that in mind. Just because you don't have initiative right now, you're procrastinating or whatever the case may be, you can always learn how to take the initiative. And just because you may not be a natural born leader, or you're an introvert, or you're scared to speak, or you don't want to lead people, or you don't see yourself in that manner, but like I said, you can always learn leadership. And if you're looking at running a business, you're going to have to know these two things, and like I said, have these two things and more. Of course, all 16 of these up under your tool belt, in order for that business to, of course, to be successful to the way that you, of course, envision. I guess I put it that way, or to the success of these people that he, of course, interviewed. Like I said, Charles D. Rockefeller and all these folks, they're millionaires, billionaires, probably trillionaires, I'm pretty sure. But the Wrigley family, they make a lot of gum and other products. Like I said, there's a lot of folks, like I said, that he actually interviewed and got this information from, to give us some type of, it may not be a full total blueprint, but some type of blueprint of success. And like I said, when it comes to blueprints, of course, the blueprint that you're going to have is going to be your own blueprint. But take some stuff from this book, any other book that I may do a summary of or read on here. Take those, take some of the lessons that may fit you, that you may be missing, and apply that to your business and, of course, your life too, y'all. Like I said, that's what we all have to do. That's what I have to do as well. That's why I'm reading this book. Like I said, that's why I'm reading this book, so I can make sure that I'm educating myself on these things, and of course, I'm educating y'all. I told myself probably several years ago that all the things I talk about on videos, podcasts, whatever it is, yes, I can have all this knowledge. Yes, I can do all these readings and do all this stuff, but I don't need to keep these things within. I need to share these things with y'all so that other folks can, of course, pick up on this knowledge, pick up on this information, and go ahead and run with it. I guess I put it that way as well. There's no sense of me. I know God gave me the mind and the mind to think and to have information, to hold information, and then my mouth to speak and use to, of course, to teach and to talk about my lessons and experiences. And what good would it be if I tell y'all none of this information when I know folks out there struggling just like I am or was in the past as well? There's no reason why I should hold all these things within when I know there's folks out there struggling like I was in the past. Struggling, trying to figure out what's what. How do I become successful? What is the deal with this whole thing? How do you start a business? All these types of things. I teach on that now to make sure that folks have the information and know it's not going to be how to make millions in a day, that kind of thing, but it's the basics of starting a business. This initiative and leadership, this is something within well, hopefully before you start it, you'll be working on these types of things. But if not, of course, if you've already started your business, but you know that you're lacking in initiative or lacking in leadership or both, then you can start working on these things. Like I said, that's what videos like this and other videos that talk about personal development and business and success is for. So make sure that, like I said, that you educate yourself, especially if you don't know these things. So I know I said a whole lot, y'all, but let me go ahead and get into this because it's already almost 7.5 minutes I'm study talking, which I always do. So let me go ahead and get into this, y'all. So lesson number 5, the law of success in 16 lessons is lesson number 5 on initiative and leadership. So what is initiative? It is that exceedingly rare quality that prompts, nay, impels a person to do that which ought to be done without being told to do it. Meaning that you're getting up off your ass, going to do whatever it is because you know that it should be done. Not because your mama told you, your partner told you, your business partner told you, the business, this whole lesson told you. You should already be getting up off your butt going to do these things. Whether that's marketing in your business, whether that's getting your business out there more, advertising, whether that's doing videos to let people know who you are and what you can provide them with. Whether that's, of course, creating your next class or course or whatever it is, creating the next batch of cupcakes or whatever kind of business you have, to get those things going without somebody telling you you have to do it. You already know what you have to do inside your business. You have to get up and do it. That's what initiative is. It's doing those things without somebody telling you that it ought to be done. And I know I've spoken about these kind of things in videos before, but I'm going to be telling you about this as long as it's in this book as well. You'll be hearing this type of thing from me, just to keep that in mind as well. But like I said, that's what initiative is, getting up and doing the work without somebody having to tell you, whether that's healing work that you need to get done, that's also included. Also included. And he put an initiative and a leadership formula in here, but I'm going to read that last to y'all. But like I said, the initiative is getting up off your butt and doing what needs to be done so that you know that your business will be ran successfully and will get the income or the results that you want. And what is leadership? Leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization, meaning that you have the skills, the ability to, of course, model the behavior that needs to get done within your business. Whether you're a supervisor at a company or a business you have that you're running, this applies across the board. It even applies to me as I work my full-time job, facilitating support groups. If I can't lead these support groups and keep them in order and move it forward to, of course, to get to some kind of goal, then, of course, it's going to be all over the place. People are going to be doing whatever they want to do, coming in whenever they feel like it, not having any kind of timeline. People are going to be doing whatever kind of work they want to do to their own liking. You have to yes, they can use their creativity. That's always fine, especially when it comes to business and, of course, supervising people. But you have to have some type of standard operating procedures, what kind of things they have to do within that role to make that role successful within your business. You have to have those things. If you don't have them now, create them at some point. As soon as you can, I guess I put it that way as well. But you have to be a leader in order to, like I said, to let the people know what you expect out of them. That's what leadership is. Your expectations of the people that's working under you, and that's working for you or alongside you, even if it's business partners. If you're are you all in a meeting? Are you going to sit there and get ran over and not say anything, stay quiet, not even put out your ideas and thoughts? A leader will do that. They'll put out their ideas and thoughts, regardless as to what anybody says about them. You know that's your in your head, and that's your thoughts, that's your imagination, and you think that those things can push that business forward. Then speak that. Leaders aren't quiet people like that. Yes, you can be an introvert. Yes, you can, being a leader. But at some point, you have to learn how to speak up and speak your piece about things too if things aren't getting done. Or if you want to go in a different direction, you have to lead the people in that direction. It's not going to just happen because you said you want to start baking cookies tomorrow. Some of them may not even know how to measure, how to bake, how to put the ingredients together, how to turn the oven on. You never know. It's a whole lot of steps that go in that. I guess in those types of things that your team would have to know. So you have to be the leader to, of course, to present those things, to let them know what's going on, and to push that thing towards the goal. That's the job of a leader. And like I said, when it comes to, I did want to read something in here. When it comes to, of course, leadership, I'm trying to see if I can find it, y'all. I underlined it, actually. Oh, here it is. When it comes to leadership, and I know I've said this in videos before, it may not have been in this order at all, which is fine. But like I said, when it comes to leadership, you have to know the people that's working for you, or the people that you're working alongside with. You have to know your business, the type of business that you're in, and what you're wanting those goals and those outcomes to be in that particular business. And then you have to know yourself well, very well. That's what things like this, personal development, that's what it's for. You have to know yourself well. You can't be somebody that's lacking character, lacking initiative, lacking leadership. People are going to pick up on that right away and call you a hypocrite, basically. So like I said, you have to know those things. You have to know your men, the people, the men and women that's working under you, your business, and yourself. Otherwise, how are you going to push that business forward if you don't know any of those things? If you're hiring all these folks and you have no idea what they can do, how are they going to work on your business? You have to know them, get to know them, interview them. You have to, of course, create those relationships with them and the people that's alongside you in your business. You have to know your business. You have to know exactly what your business does, what the outcomes you want, what your standard operating procedures, what's going to get you to your goals, what those outcomes are going to be for your business every quarter, every year, every 6 months, every 4 or 5 years, whatever it's going to be. You have to know those things. Know what kind of products your business creates, and how you can go and how those products are going to be made and, of course, marketed. You have to know all those things. All those, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more I'm missing, but you have to know your business. Know who your competitors are too. Not study your competitors to the point where you get, oh my God, I'm just comparing and they doing better than me and this type of thing. Not to that point at all. Know who your competitors are. Know kind of what they're out there doing, how they're marketing their business. Maybe you could use the same kind of tips they use or things that they use to market. You never know. But make it your own. And you have to know yourself, know what kind of person you are. Are you a person that is going to speak up at a meeting, or are you a person that's going to sit back and just sit there and say nothing while everybody runs their whole business but you? Are you a person that has good character, honesty, and integrity? That tells the truth in everything that you do, regardless as to whose feelings that it hurts. Sometimes in business you have to hurt feelings, not hurt feelings to the point that people are crying and oh my God, all upset, that kind of thing. But if somebody on your staff is not doing a good job, don't know what they're doing, you have to pull that person in and be able to talk to them about what's going on and how they can improve in their position in a nice way, of course. Constructive criticism, you always need that. Because you have goals to meet, you have outcomes to meet. But if somebody's not holding up their end of the bargain, you have to be able to, of course, lead and bring that person in, talk to that person, not being scared to do so, to let them know what you're expecting out of them. And give them some tips or strategies or have whatever kind of feedback you can to help them do their job well. Like I said, you have to know those things and not be scared to do those things. But if you're a person that's scared to speak up and scared to fire somebody or to hire somebody, that's not going to work in a leadership position at all. You may want to become the second or third or fourth or whoever it is in command, or just work for the business. I guess I put it that way. If you cannot start doing those things, that's what A leader does, and that's what a supervisor, if you're supervising people, that's what they do as well. It's the same kind of thing. Leadership is just a skill that you use in a supervisory position. That's all. But like I said, you have to know those things, the people that's working for you and alongside you, your business and yourself. And if you're one that's out there lying and telling all, doing all these things, people will call you out on that. And yes, it will get your business shut down and your whole entire reputation ruined because of the things that you haven't placed within yourself already, or tried to start doing, I guess, within yourself. That's that personal development piece. Like I said, you have to do those things in order to be a leader. You have to know yourself well, because if not, other folks are going to call you out on that. If you're not doing your job well, people are going to be like, what are you doing over here? What's going on? You said we were going to do A and B and C, and you haven't started doing that yet. What's going on? People will call you out, so you have to be able to be the strong person of that organization or that business. I'm sorry to say, I know there's a lot of folks out there who want to start businesses and do all these things, but a lot of things are entailed. It's not just the cute of, I'm running the business and showing Instagram that I got the pictures, I'm standing in front of my business and it looks cute, that kind of thing. You actually have to run that business day in, day out, just like you're running a family day in, day out. The same similar kind of things that you do running a household with kids and a husband and or wife. You have to do those same things, similar kind of things in business every single day, all day long. That's what it takes. So let me move on from this, y'all, because I know I'm almost to the end of this particular episode, but I do want to make sure that I read this formula to you all. I don't have I don't have this particular one copied out on my board, but I'm going to make sure I have the confidence one. But I'm going to have to get this initiative and leadership formula as well. So I would definitely urge you to find online, if you can find the initiative and leadership formula by Napoleon Hill, to get this printed out and to read this every single day on your board or wherever you're going to post this at. And including the confidence formula. I read that about 2 chapters ago. I think it was confidence. Lesson 3, I think, was confidence, wasn't it? Yeah, lesson 3. That confidence formula is sitting. Well, it's actually sitting over here. It was on my board. It fell. I thought I got the tape, y'all. Bad me. I actually got some doggone, what is it called? Packing tape in my closet. I'm going to go see if it's going to stay up on my doggone door again today. We'll see. But I still have to find this initiative and leadership formula. But let me go ahead and read this to y'all. Having chosen a definite chief aim as my life work, I now understand it to be my duty to transform this purpose into reality. Therefore, I will form the habit of taking some definite action each day that will carry me one step nearer the attainment of my definite chief aim. I know that procrastination is a deadly enemy of all who will become leaders in any undertaking, and I will eliminate this habit from my makeup by A. Doing one definite thing each day that ought to be done without anyone telling me to do it. B. Looking around until I find at least one thing that I can do each day that I have not been in the habit of doing and that will be of value to others without expectation of pay. C. Telling at least one other person each day of the value of practicing this habit of doing something that ought to be done without being told to do it. I can see that the muscles of the body become stronger in proportion to the extent to which they are used. Therefore, I understand that the habit of initiative also becomes fixed in proportion to the extent that it is practiced. I realize that the place to begin developing the habit of initiative is in the small, commonplace things that are connected with my daily work. Therefore, I will go at my work each day as if I were doing it solely for the purpose of developing this necessary habit of initiative. I understand that by practicing this habit of taking the initiative in connection with my daily work, I will be not only developing that habit, but I will also be attracting the attention of those who will place greater value on my services as a result of this practice. And then there's a signature line for you to sign as well. So like I said, make sure y'all find this formula of initiative and leadership. That's very powerful, y'all. That's something that we all have to do, especially if you want to be successful in business. If you don't want to be successful, then don't even worry about it. But those who follow me and listen to me, I'm sure that's what you want, because that's what I want, and it's going and it's working in the direction. I guess I put it that way as well. And this last thing I'm going to read you is a poem because he has lots of poems at the end of the chapters, or most of these chapters. So I'm going to read this poem to you. Let me make sure. Okay, I just want to make sure. Love indeed is light from heaven, a spark of that immortal fire, with angels shared by Allah given. To lift from earth our low desire, devotion wafts the mind above. But heaven itself descends in love, a feeling from the Godhead caught, to wean from self each sordid thought, a ray of him who formed the whole, a glory circling round the soul. And that says it's by Byron. So, like I said, that's the end of this particular lesson on initiative and leadership. Like I said, these two things are needed for you to be successful in any type of business, even if it's in life. In life, it's the same exact thing. You need the initiative and you need the doggone leadership. Your life is your life, the same thing as a business. If you can't put down boundaries and tell folks how to treat you and show them how to treat you, they're going to run all over you. It takes leadership to do that. You have to be a leader of your own life in order to push those things forward, y'all. And you have to take initiative of your own life to start getting the things done that you know that needs to get done in your own life without anybody telling you to do it. And I know I've harped on this enough. So let me get my butt off here, y'all. I'll check y'all in the next episode. Like I said, this was all about initiative and leadership. And this is Napoleon Hill's Law of 16, well, the Law of Success in 16 Lessons. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, definitely make sure y'all check this out. And again, this podcast episode is sponsored by, of course, my Amazon bookstore. So make sure y'all get y'all butts over there. There's, like I said, there's going to be a link in these show notes that you can go over and check it out. And like I said, pick up you some journals, some cute notebooks. I know it's school time. The school year is getting started. So like well, I'm recording this when the school year had just began. So like I said, get over and get you some for yourself and all your kids. And if you have, of course, like I said, put down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for some cute covers for these notebooks and journals, let me know, y'all. And like I said, the puzzle books, like I said, pick up you some. The activity books, pick up you some. They're always fun things to do, especially to, of course, in your downtime. Not in your business time, but at some point you have to take a break, y'all. In your downtime to, of course, to reflect, to relax. I relax with, like I said, writing, looking at TV. I was doing puzzles, what is it called? Word seek and find puzzles over the weekend. I did probably like 6 to 8 puzzles, actually. That relaxed me. So like I said, and it also lessens anxiety as well for me. And I'm sure those out there can identify who need to lessen anxiety or stop thinking so much, stop being so much in their head. And like I said, the writing and the puzzles and stuff like that helps me. So I'm hoping that it helps y'all too. But like I said, go over there and pick up some, y'all. Y'all see the link in the show notes. So like, with that being said, this is your girl, Tonetta Clay, the social worker coach. I want to say thank you all for being here. I'll see y'all in the next episode. So take care, y'all, and have a good one.